Got him. All right, Mr. Gary. There's your gator. Very, oh my lord.
There you go, baby.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're tuning into Rookie Outdoor Learners. My name's Noah. Sorry, guys, I've been a little bit busy with finals coming up and everything and preparing for going to Fort Knox for the summer. But this episode is going to be all about gator hunting because Phase 1 for gator applications and also Phase 1 applications for just general gun and archery and muzzleloader. Everything's dropping out today, so it's an awesome week. And it's really setting up the season. I'm super pumped. And so today's episode is going to be all about gators. How do you get into gator hunting? Where can you go hunting? How do you apply? All those questions are going to be answered. It's going to be, an episode where I'm going to show you guys on the computer how to navigate the FWC's website so that way you can get involved in gator hunting this year. So without further ado, let's get into it, y'all. Hey everybody, so welcome to the FWC page for Florida gator hunting. So everything that you need to know about gator hunting is on this page, but there's a lot of information so it's easy to get lost. And so I'm going to break this up into 5 different parts. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how tags work and who can buy them. Then we're going to talk about the 4 phases of applying for gators. Then we're going to go into pricing and talk about how much it costs for in-state residents, out-of-state residents, trapper licenses, everything in between. Then we're going to cover over where you can hunt and the selection process, so that way you can figure out what areas are going to be best for you. And then I'm going to show you guys where and how to apply. So if you're looking for just one of those categories answered, go to the description. I'm going to have on the description when the time is for every single category, so you can just click and go to that part. But let's start off with how tags work and who can buy them. So Florida has a really unique program with their alligator hunting because it is open to the public for buying tags, and so it's a statewide alligator harvest program, and it's ran by the FWC, and it's very heavily managed, but it's a very sustainable practice. So it's really amazing with gators because just about everything from a gator can be used. You can turn the hide into leather and make boots or wallets. You can eat the meat. It's just, there's a ton of things you can do with gators, which is amazing. So it is open up for residents and non-residents, so you don't have to live in Florida to partake in alligator hunting here, which is amazing. So a lot of people come out here for Florida alligator hunting because it's a really unique, once-in-a-lifetime hunt for some people. So for other people, though, it's like, it's a day every single year, 10 times a year. So it just depends on who you are. But every single alligator hunting permit you get gets 2 site tags. So what that means is that if I'm awarded like Lake Okeechobee North, then that means I get to hunt 2 gators out of Lake Okeechobee. So for every single tag I can acquire, or permit I can acquire, it comes with 2 tags that you can harvest alligators with. So if you get awarded the permit, you're going to be able to harvest 2 alligators, which are really cool. And so alligator hunting starts August 15th and ends November 1st. So those are the respective dates for what we're looking for. And it goes from about 5 p.m. to 10 a.m. So if you're not a fan of the dark, you're probably not going to like gator hunting. I mean, if you don't like snakes, if you don't like being out in the swamps and the water and pitch dark, it's not going to be for you. This is a really unique hunt in that it does not go from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It goes from 5 p.m. to 10 a.m. So it's going to be in the dark mostly. And so yeah, now let's go into the phases of gator hunting. So there's 4 main phases for applying for gator hunting. Phase 1 is going on right now, which is May 17th, 2019. So for 10 days, Phase 1 is open. In fact, everything is going on right now, like general gun, archery, muzzleloader, everything's going off right now for Phase 1, including gator tags. So Phase 1 goes till the 27th, and then if you're awarded the tag, you're going to get it on the May 28th and the 30th. And if you do get awarded this tag, it's going to charge you right then and there. And we'll go into pricing in just a minute here. But there's no application fee, so you don't get charged for applying. But if you do get awarded the permit, you're going to have to pony up the money right then and there. So Phase 1 goes from those days. Phase 2 goes from May 31st to June 10th. And then 2 days after that is when people are going to be awarded those permits for whoever gets it. Phase 3, June 14th to June 24th. With June 25th and 26th are the days where people will be awarded those. And so if you don't get a permit during Phase 1 through 3, don't worry. There is Phase 4, which is completely different. So Phase 4 basically releases all the excess tags that are available, and it's just a grab bag from there. It's just pick up, and you know what's available is what's available, and you can figure out which ones that you want to pick up and buy. And so if you get awarded gator tags during one of the 3 phases, you have to wait till the leftover 4th phase to be able to pick up additional units or tags, because you can buy more than just 2 gator tags a season. You can actually pick up multiple, which is really unique. And so those are the 4 phases of gator hunting, and for applying for them, like I said, phase 1's going on right now as we speak. So if you want to do this right now, is a good chance, good time to go put in for them. And so after leftover phases, then the year starts and it won't be open for another year. And so this is what the pricing looks like for gator hunting. So all costs are final. You can't turn in your tags if you buy them. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you can hunt these dates, because those tags will go to waste. So if you are a Florida resident, it's going to cost you $272, and that includes, like I said, 2 gator tags for harvesting 2 alligators. If you're out of state, it's going to cost you $1,022. Now here's one thing that I actually found out about recently, which is really cool, because it allows people like me who's from Oregon, but I can apply for in-state residency in Florida. And so how you can do that is, if you have a Florida voter card or on military orders here in Florida and some other cases, you can go to a tax collector office or a licensing agent, and you can prove to them that you have one of these forms of ID, and they can put you in as a resident. So like I said, if you have your Florida ID or don't have your Florida driver's license, you can still apply to be a Florida resident, but you can't do it online. If you do it online, it goes through the DMV and it only looks for your driver's license. So if you have, like I said, military orders, or if you have that voter's card, you can still apply for as a resident. You just have to physically go to a licensing agent or tax collector office. And so if you are disabled, it costs you $22, and then for 2 additional site tags, when there are additional site tags available, it's just $62 for additional tags available. So like I said, you can buy multiple tags. I think it's up to 10 is the maximum you can have. Some people wonder if you can hunt in groups or not. So yes, you can hunt in groups, but you don't apply in groups. So when you're applying, it is an individual process. It's not like with general gun or muzzleloader where you can apply for as a group. You have to do it individually, and then from there people can buy trapper licenses, which I think are $52 additional for everybody to be able to hunt gator with you in a group. And there's no preference points with this. So I'm not going to get into preference points because that's a completely different topic, but basically it is a random drawing at the end of the day. There's no preference points or anything like that, and there's no transferability for statewide alligator permits. So you can't transfer them to like Louisiana or Texas, which I don't know how those programs work. This is just for Florida. Alright guys, so we just covered over the prices, the phases. Now let's look more specifically at where you can go to hunt, as well as what is available. How does gator hunting work in the state of Florida? So you can see here that there are 4 things you can click here. The guide to alligator hunting in Florida will actually show you a little bit more in depth of what I'm going to talk about, as well as how to harvest gators. So if you want to know how to actually hunt for them, that page is going to tell you all about it and the legal methods of take, and which is something I highly, you need to look at if you plan on going gator hunting. But let's just look at where you can go to hunt. Alrighty guys, so you can see on this page that they have the 2019 alligator harvest unit choices available here. So on the left hand side of over here, you can see where my finger's at. This is so weird guys on a computer. So where mouse is, you can see all the different harvest units, and all the red areas on the map here, these are all areas that are available. You can see that Lake Okeechobee is broken up to like 4 different sections, and they have areas all throughout Florida that you can hunt alligators. Mainly, the main probably area are going to be the South and Central Florida, because they have the most amount of gators, but there are gator hunting opportunities all over the state. So you can see that all the lakes on the red are labeled over here, and you can see how many projected permits they're going to be given out. So for like Lake Marion, they're planning on giving out 21 tags, and so like I said, per permit you get 2 tags out of that. So they're hoping to kill in total with 21 times 2, so that'd be 42 gators out of Lake Marion. And then you can see that there's areas like Lake Okeechobee. Where's Lake Okeechobee? Well, you can see that like St. John River has like 124 permits they give out. So some areas have a lot more, and some areas have a lot less. You know, like you can look at Lake Manatee, which is only going to issue out 3 tags. So it depends on if you want to go for more densely populated areas or smaller rivers. That's up to you. You get to put in for 12 different areas that you apply for during phase 1. So keep that in mind. You're going to want to choose 12 places for phase 1 to apply for. Now, you can hunt for individual lakes and bodies of water, or you can go for a county-wide program for alligators. So the county-wide allows you to hunt any river within that county. So if you're a private landowner, you want to hunt your own private property in a county, this is what you want to apply for. If you want to go just for public rivers, then you apply for just this individual river. So if you go for a county, there you can hunt any single lake in that county, so long as it's within, so long as it's legal and it's not breaking any laws, you can do that. But if you're a private landowner, you want to go for the county-wide. If you're just looking at a specific river, like you just want to do Lake Okeechobee, you just want to do St. John's River, you want to just pick out the rivers. And so you can see here that there are projected amount of numbers for every single hunt here. So for like Baker County, they're projecting and giving out 16 alligator permits. For Lee County, 67, and so forth. And so we can look here to see what counties you might be interested in. And so these are the available areas. And so what you want to do then from here is, say you like Lake Marion, so 102. Oh, sorry guys. So Lake Marion 102, like I said, 21 gator permits. You would put this number into where you're applying for in your gators. So let's go look at how to actually do the application process. Alrighty guys, so this is gooutdoorflorida.com. You can access this on the website, or you can just type it into. This is where you get all of your permits, even for like general gun. This is where you apply for your archery tags, everything else in between. So Go Outdoor Florida, and then from here you can create an account. If you ever bought a license before in the state of Florida, you just want to hit return customer login. Alrighty guys, welcome to my page. So you can see here that I'm on my Go Outdoor Florida account. You can see kind of all the permits I have. You can see the permits I just put in for the Lower Swanee down there. All that is available here. And so when you're applying for gator tags, it's just like I said, just like applying for deer. You hit apply for limited entry quota. So once you click that, you can see that at the very bottom you can see that there's statewide alligator permit here. And so you're going to click this, and you can see that for me online, like I said, since I have a Florida voter card, I can still apply for in-state tax, in-state prices, but I have to go to like Walmart or a tax collector office. If I do it from my computer, it's going to charge me $1,000 if I get awarded this permit, which is a little too much for this college kid. So let's click the statewide alligator permit. So welcome to the alligator state permit area. So you can see here that you get up to 12 choices of areas that you want to hunt. So if you remember in that last page I showed you guys, remember that there were those little numbers and individual lakes, and so you want to make sure to put those in your 12 choices. So my video's gone guys because it won't let me have it up while I'm showing you guys this. But you can see that Lake Pierce is here, and you have multiple units that you can choose, just like you would for like for areas like Citrus County or Richland. And so it's just exactly like the hunting program, and you can put down the areas you want to go for. So if you really want Peace River North, you can put that down for all the options here, and then put down other options that you have. And you can see that there's no shortages of areas you can apply for. There's a ton of areas you can go for, and you can see that at the very bottom they have the counties, and then at the very top they have the rivers. So when you're over here you can see like St. John's River, and then at the very bottom you can see that there are like Bay County, Bradford County, and you need to choose 12 options, which you have no shortage of. And once you fill up all of your options, you can then hit submit. and then once you hit submit, that's when it's going to want to charge you. So I'm not going to submit just yet, but this is basically all it is, guys. This is how you apply for your Gator tags, and then you'll find out after that 10 days whether or not you get them. If you don't get them, you're going to have to move on to phase 2 and try again. If you do get them, you're going to have to wait till phase 4 to apply for additional tags. Alright guys, so going back to the guide to alligator hunting in Florida, like I said, if you really are trying to go gator hunting for the first time ever, I strongly recommend that you have a guide or somebody with you that knows what they're doing, because there is a lot of components and equipment needed for gator hunting that it's, like I said, it's kind of confusing to get into. I went on a private hunt last year with my dad's buddy, Mr. Carey, and that video is actually up on YouTube if you want to check it out. And you really need to know what you're doing, or else you can hurt yourself or hurt other people, or you could break the law and get charged by FWC for doing the wrong thing and saying, "I'm sorry, officer, I don't know," isn't going to cut it. So if you go to the guide to alligator hunting in Florida, you'll see that everything is listed here on how you can legally take gators. So you can actually and there's a lot of Q&As. They show you how to use things like harpoons, spears. You can use bows and crossbows. They also show you how to use a bang stick and where to shoot for them. You know, on Gator Boys, you're going to see people shooting at gators with 30-06s and doing all sorts of stuff. That's not how Florida works. You cannot shoot a gator with a 30-06 legally. You'll get in trouble for that. You have to use a bang stick to get rid of a gator. You also can't use a treble hook with bait on it. You can't go throw a treble hook with a ton of bait and pull them up on this program. There's other programs or private land, I'm sure you can get away with it, but with the one that we're looking at, you can't just do that. So really get to know the laws that you have to follow. It'll also show you how to tag your gator, even, like you said, even how to clean them out if you need to learn that. But if this is your first time ever, I strongly suggest going with a guide. I remember Glenn, and I'll have his information down below. He was amazing in telling me on information on how to get involved and just get your foot wet with gator hunting. So I hope this video helps you guys out, and I hope you enjoyed me walking through all the processes for getting started with gator hunting, getting your feet wet. Like I said, there's a lot more to learn about gator hunting than just what I've talked about here, but it's a good start. And if this is something you want to get into, definitely, go for it. It's such a really unique program, and Florida is one of the few states, in fact it might be the only state with a public alligator hunting program that you can really partake in it. So good luck, guys. Let me know how you do. If you get any tags, make sure to comment below. If you have any questions, comment below. Anything from any wisdom from people that have been gator hunting their whole lives, be sure to put that down below too. I'd love to see what you guys think. But hope you have a great one, and hope you guys just have a great summer. I'm going to try to push out a few more videos, but once I go to Fort Knox, I'm not going to be able to post for about 40 plus days. And so I promise I'll be here. I'm going to try to do as much as I can, but anyways, just gotta do work first, guys. So hope you all have a great one, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
That's crazy. Oh my lord.
There you go, baby.
Oh, that's a picture right there.